So with about 2.5 weeks still to go to the start of class, the April unit, just tuning in to give a little point of focus. Last class we talked a lot about the instrument. I think we were in the very depths of the lockdown. It was an understandable challenge to find the internal motivation to relate to the material, to relate to the opportunity of acting. I think obviously things have changed to a certain degree, and there's all sorts of shifting and opportunities and questions to be presenting itself. And so I was thinking about this concept of the two-dimensional, and with regards to not just acting but in life in general. And the two-dimensional is a beginning and an end, literally a linear line. And creativity and your relationship with the craft of acting is three-dimensional. Whatever your preference of approach, inevitably it's three-dimensional, because each role, each character presents a different challenge, it presents a different relationship. And so the thing to think about for this coming month, whether you're going to be in class or not, in relationship to your work in general, is the material. And how do I develop that relationship with that material? Meaning the script, the text. Tip number one, and I keep on talking about it, is treat the text as a transcript. Treat it as a genuine human being talking to you. Listen to them rather than rush ahead to work out how you're going to act. The other thing to think about is not just the psychology of it, not just how do I come alive in it, but how do I develop a relationship with it physically? How does this person sit? How does this person drink? One of the important things to consider is the domestic. The domestic is more informative of the character because it's the character in their natural rhythm. When we become heightened emotionally, two things happen. One, we enforce our own rhythm, so we have a tendency of dragging the character towards us. And secondly, it becomes universal. Everybody has extreme experiences. Obviously, they deal with it differently, but it reinforces a more collective sense of relationship to the character. The character is a specific human being with a specific evolved logic. And this is reflected in what they do domestically. How do they drink? How do they open a door? How do they sit? How do they think? Do they see the problem first and then see the solution? Or do they see opportunities rather than obstacles? How does the way they touch things, sit with things, how do they walk? It all informs logic. And so when you're looking at the script and you're thinking about the character, it would be surprising how just one of those simple experiences and trying it out. I mean, literally sitting there, how do they use their body? Are they defeatist? Are they optimistic? Are they ambitious? Are they, is a life a combat zone for them? Are they open and, eager to take the world in? One of the most effective ways to open up a relationship to a character is to alter your rhythm. Because if you only approach the character through your rhythm, you can only really see you. If you really want to see the character's world and the character's perspective, just take it on. So for instance, if I'm a guarded, aggressive individual and I actually just see things in a more open, opportunistic way, an optimistic way, then actually I begin to understand the world from their eyes. So I can then start putting myself in their shoes. So for the text and so forth, clearly there's lots of things to consider in any journey to the character and to the material, relaxation, sense memory, so on and so forth. But I would say one of the ways of particularly truly inspiring yourself as an actor is to have the fun of exploring them through the domestic logics of the things that they do. And that way it builds up your opinion so that when you start to work with them, the other things can come into play. So, as I say, taking things around you, not just things inside of you. And I will be seeing you, hopefully, or your work in a few weeks' time. And yeah, explore.